Hi everyone, I'm Susan Mulvihill from Susan's in the Garden. This spring I've been shooting a series of videos about starting your own plants from seed. In my last video I talked about starting eggplants, artichokes, and peppers from seed. Well, now my seedlings are up, and if yours are up too, you're probably wondering, now what? So I have 3 tips to share with you today. The first thing you want to do is to remove your plastic cover over your seedling tray. If you used a plastic bag instead, go ahead and remove that. That will decrease the amount of humidity around the seedlings and the soil moisture, and you don't want the soil to stay too wet while they're starting to grow. The other thing is, as these seedlings grow, you certainly don't want them running into a lid, which will affect their ability to grow. If you accidentally planted more than one seed per cell, like let's say the seeds were so small you didn't even see that an extra one fell in, go ahead and let the 2 seedlings grow for a few days and watch to see which one looks like the stronger seedling. Then get a small pair of scissors and carefully snip off the one you don't want right at the soil surface. You don't want to pull that one out because that will disturb the roots of the seedling you want to keep. Keep an eye on the soil moisture. You want to make sure that your little seedlings don't dry out because that will stress them, and you don't want anything to affect the way they grow. You also don't want it to be too wet because they won't like that either. Now, about every 10 days, I like to give them a little boost. What I do is I use an organic fish fertilizer, and it gets diluted in water. But instead of using the full strength that is recommended on the label, I go half strength. So for this type, it says to put 2 tablespoons of this fertilizer into a gallon of water. So instead I use a tablespoon per gallon of water. And what I have is pretty nifty. It's just an old pop bottle, and then I have a screw-on lid with little holes on it so it delivers the water very gently to the seedlings. When these seedlings have a few of their true leaves, which are their more permanent leaves, I'm going to transplant them into larger pots because they are going to need a while to develop, and I need to wait for the weather to be warm enough for them to go out into the garden. So meet me back here and I'll show you how to do it. Happy gardening!